Welcome, man, to another show once again, guys. LastWord Productions. I'm your host, Tavares Wilson. As you all know, I always get the last word, man. So, without further ado, man, I do want to
Yo, yo.
apologize for the late arrival, but the show will continue and it will go on. So, before we get to any topics in particular, I do want to say a few housekeepings. Be sure to like, subscribe to the channel, hit the bell notification, be notified whenever we go live, as well as the fact, remember, you can always follow me on my other social media platforms, whether that's Facebook, where we're currently live as well, whether that's TikTok, whether that's, excuse me, whether that's Instagram, anything of that nature. Last Word Productions is the handle across the board, man. So, without further ado, I always got to introduce my counterparts. Gino, how you feeling today, bro? I don't think Gino here with us right now, but Mike, how you feeling, Mike? What's going on? You there, Mike? Mike, you hear me? Uh, you hear me,
Yo.
bro? You hear me? That boy can't. He can't hear me, man. Mike, you can't hear me?
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
I can't hear you at all, bro.
What? How you can't? Why you can't hear me? Gino, you get me?
Yeah, can you hear me now?
Yeah, I hear you.
Yeah, I don't know what the fuck going on, man. My bad. I don't know what was going on, bro.
I can't
Fire.
hear nobody.
I don't know. Mike will have to rejoin. I don't know what's going
Try to
on.
rejoin, Mike.
He said he can't hear nobody.
I can't hear nobody, man. Yeah,
So let me.
I had to go on YouTube to see if y'all was running up.
I'm gonna just remove him and then let him rejoin because I don't know what's going on. But how you feeling tonight though, Gino? What's the word, bro?
Man, I'm feeling good, man. It's another football back. Shoot, basketball about to be back before we know it, bro. I'm feeling good.
Yeah, that best time of the year, man.
Yeah.
But speaking of football, I do want to discuss with you, my boy. We talked about preseason week one. Of course, we went through the lows and highs of our teams. We talked about the dudes we thought that was going to stand out or did stand out, I should say. So my question to you now, Gino, we got a lot of slated games for week two preseason. What are you expecting to see from not just your team, bro, but from any player in particular? Is there anyone you're looking at in particular to kind of come onto the scene and make an impact in the week two?
Shoot, man. I guess even though you said not my team, for my team, I'm real interested to see our backup quarterback again. Luke, last name I cannot pronounce right.
Altmaier.
Yeah, Altmaier. And I think and you remember him, Mike, because he played at Illinois.
Yeah.
Again, it's preseason, man. You got to take everything with a grain of salt. I liked the passes that he was making. I hate that Tesla dropped those two passes because you can look in dude's eyes. It's almost like when he dropped those passes, Luke was like dead inside. So, that ain't a good sign as far as mental, but I'm kind of interested in that. We got Derek Moore coming back. And then obviously, bro, I mean, I feel like if you follow in the preseason, the biggest quarterback competition is up in Cleveland. We want to see. I'm not sure if they flip flopping. I mean, I can't remember if Shador is going out there first and then Deshaun second this week. I can't remember. But obviously, for me, man, I just want to see what happens in Cleveland.
Mhm.
I'm very interested to see if Shador can make it can make it a competition. I mean, really, neither one of them was like perfect or anything like that. They both kind of had their flaws. I guess you could say Watson played better.
Mhm.
So that's really it, bro. Watching that, Jeremiah Love, I think he's gonna be shut down. I think Arizona already like, yeah, man,
Yeah,
put
high
that
ankle
dude down.
sprain.
Yeah. Again, I just think they don't want to put that dude out there. I'm not saying that they lying, but I wouldn't put him out there either. Like if I got a running back, I'm trying to conserve him as much as possible. So yeah, man, let's see what that boy Luke gonna do for us, man. So I can lie to myself and say we got a good backup. See what that boy Shador do out there, man. Obviously Derek Moore coming back. See what he gonna do. It's just tough, bro. It's the preseason.
Yeah, for sure. But Mike, you with us now, bro? You hear us?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Let me ask you then, Mike. Preseason week 2, man. What are you looking for? What you got? What are you trying to look for in particular? Any teams, players, that outside of yours?
Outside of mine, I would say looking to probably check out like honestly, I'm interested in like Tampa, they team in general, like with all the players leaving to see kind of what their depth looks like on the offensive side. Like they lost Rashad White at running back, let Mike Evans go, a lot of guys. So it's like I'm interested to see how they perform with the whole contract controversy with Baker. I want to see like what their team looks like this year with limited
Mm-hmm.
weapons. And Mecca gonna have to step up and play like he did last year.
He just cut off. I don't know what just happened to Mike.
Breezo.
What's
How
the
you
word, brother? Hold on,
how you
I'm
feeling
fixing
tonight,
something
bro?
under my sink, so I'm out of commission for about 5 minutes, but I'm here.
Okay.
But nah, what was the question? My bad, I'm late.
Nah, you good. You good. We started a little late, but the question was basically, what are you expecting from either a certain team or player? Like, what are you looking forward to preseason week 2 outside of just your team?
I can't even lie to you, brother. I'm just happy football is back. I don't give a damn if they got Walmart workers out there playing football, bro. I'm just happy football back, man. But obviously, the most controversial storyline, of course, is the Cleveland Browns quarterback situation, man. No quarterback for the Cleveland Browns looked good out there. Deshaun Watson went out there and just was straight check down merchant. Shador Sanders, I did give him his props because his mechanics did look a lot better. His pocket presence, instead of just running backwards, he was actually climbing the pocket, trying to make routine throws instead of just the off platform, stuff that he was doing in college. Because as we know, it's only a few guys that can get away with that stuff, and you have to be established as one of those guys before you get away with those things like a Mahomes, a Josh Allen, a Lamar situation. You get me? So I'm glad to see that he's learning to be more of a pocket aware quarterback instead of just worrying about improvising on every single play. Everything looked good. It's just that was a horrendous interception. He said the ball slipped from his hands, but
Mm.
I don't know if a ball will slip and you'll overthrow a receiver by like 5 yards, man. So I don't know. Usually when it slips, you underthrow or the ball flutters. But that was a good spiral he threw. He just threw it to the defense. Dylan Gabriel was Dylan Gabriel. So at the
Yeah,
end of the
I
day,
don't think no
man,
one expected anything from him.
yeah, man. At the end of the day, man, I'm looking because you already knew my stance from the beginning, man. I said, hey, no matter what happens, just start Deshaun Watson, let him flame out, and then just give the keys to Shador because you don't want to kill his confidence, man. You don't want to hurt the kid's psyche. And he's never going to be at his best if he has a looming threat. Not even saying that Deshaun Watson is a better quarterback than him right now, but just situation wise, Deshaun Watson is making what the largest contract in NFL history. If Shador, he's gonna have it in his mind. If I do anything wrong, they're gonna go back to this guy. So he needs that assurance, man. I'd rather them just roll Deshaun Watson out there 6 7 weeks, let him flame out, and then just hand the keys to Shador. But other than that, man, that's the main thing I'm looking for. Though I'm just happy football back.
All right, for sure. So, Mike, you want to finish your point before you had cut off, bro?
Yeah, no, I was just saying the Bucks, and then obviously everybody want to see the situation in Cleveland, how that play out. But I think it's just I agree with Bree. Just let Deshaun play. Honestly, I don't even hope Deshaun played bad. Like I hope he played well, just so he can kind of like revive his career, even if that means that he goes somewhere else and ends up being a backup. Like whatever the case is, I don't want the last like version of bro we see to be just like complete trash. Considering what we saw last when he was healthy, like he was a top 5 to 7 quarterback when he was healthy. So I just want to see Brett play decent football and kind of go from there.
Okay. For me personally, man, the Shador Sanders and Deshaun Watson, you know, situation is what it is. I do want to say, I want to see. I mean, I know we gave a lot of flack to the Rams for the Ty Simpson pick, but I do want to see Ty Simpson go back out there see if he can play well again. And I get it; it's the preseason. You take it with a grain of salt, like Gino said, but he looked damn good in his first real live Bullets action. You feel me? So he had a pair of touchdowns. I think he completed over 70% of his passes, if I'm not mistaken. but he looked damn good in the preseason, man. Like I'm not gonna sit here and again not take a victory lap for anything and say the Rams are steps ahead of the league or whatever the case may be. But if they can somehow, some way, just prepare right into Ty Simpson being that quarterback that ushers in a new era, and they don't have to worry about fighting a guy again. I mean, it's gonna look like a move that was genius, like to say the least. But I just think I want to see if that can still be the case the next following weeks. If this is somewhat be like a similar situation to what Dak and Romo was, where Romo came in. I mean, where Dak came in and he just took the job from Romo. But in terms of, I don't think Ty Simpson is going to take the job from Stafford. But I do think if Stafford isn't done, if Ty Simpson does end up proving to be better than what they thought he would be the year after this, I mean, maybe the Rams can save on 40 million possibly. Who knows? But again, that's all just speaking on speculation. I don't think it's happening. I think the Rams going to let Stafford play his days out with LA. But like I said, if this could be a Patty Mahomes or Rodgers situation where you just have the guy step in and you just still competing at a high level, I think that's a huge win for the Rams. But we'll see how it go. And
Hey,
another
T,
story I do
let
want
me
to
ask you something real quick before you make a second point. Let me ask you something.
what's up?
If the Rams, let's say the Rams don't win the Super Bowl this year, right? Or they don't win the Super Bowl in Stafford last 2 years. Let's say they get to the NFC Championship game, but they botch a play on defense and they lose and they get knocked out. And then the following year they make the Super Bowl and they lose on a fluke play or whatever. How are you going to look back at this same move with Ty Simpson? Let's say Ty Simpson turns out to be a multiple Pro Bowler, not a Hall of Fame, just a very solid quarterback out of his career, maybe 4-time Pro Bowl or whatever. How would you feel about this move?
I mean, I still would say the move to me, especially at the time, didn't make sense because they're in a win now mode. But the thing is, when it comes to football and these quote unquote super teams, it's like you still need a lot of things to fall your way and fall into place in football for it to work. It's not like how basketball is, where you can put together a team of 3, maybe 4 pieces that could put you over the top, and it's like you damn near unbeatable. In football, you still have a lot of other pieces to depend on to actually have this successful Cinderella story. Like the coaching to me is pivotal. Is in my opinion, is more pivotal in football than it is basketball because there are so many other pieces to coexist, and that has to work with the quarterback, with a receiver, with a running back. Like, and I get that they could have addressed another need, but it's like at the same time, if Stafford goes out there, he lights the world on fire. Myles Garrett has another 18 plus sack season. They still gonna need guys the likes of guys like McDuffie to play well. They're gonna still need my boy the safety. He gonna have to play better. He gonna have to be better. Cam Kitchens, excuse me, couldn't think of his name. But you're gonna need these guys to still show improvement in these second and third years players. You, and I think it's not gonna make me feel any different about the move whether they win or lose the Super Bowl. I still think, regardless, they could have went another way. I'm just saying, if they could set up an Aaron Rodgers kind of situation where you got your guy and you don't got to worry about finding another guy for another 8-10 years, possibly, I think history will be kinder to them than the night of the draft when we all reacted and said this was a terrible move. But everything is, you feel me, foresight. So we'll see.
To me personally, man, once they got Miles, I feel comfortable. Like I feel like once you get Miles Garrett, like if it was the Lions, let's say the Lions, they got Ty Simpson, and then next thing I know, we got Miles Garrett on the line, or in our case, we need a cornerback, so we got Patrick Surtain in the corner. I'm cool. Like respectfully to the Lions at that point, go win a championship, bro. Like we not about to blame Ty Simpson the whole year. Like if it was the Lions and my team personally, and we got something like that, and they got Trent McDuffie. Like if the Lions got 2 of those things and they brought me a quarterback for the future, I'm not blaming that. I'm not blaming that quarterback. Like, y'all need to go out there and go get the job done. Like I understand you saying, Breeze, they could have had more. You know what I'm saying? But I also understand like sometimes you do got to prepare for the future. So I personally wouldn't be tripping. I'm not tripping on it because they got Myles Garrett. To be honest, bro.
I ain't gonna lie, man. If we going all in, fuck the future. Respectfully, brother. If we going all in, man, we need to figure this out right now. We need to win in the next 2 years, man. You want to worry about developmental, brother? Developmental can wait, man. We need to cash in right now because the league getting better, teams getting deeper. Man, we need to win right now, man. Ain't no way in hell I'm going to get Myles Garrett for that bag. I don't know how they finessing around all this money in the first place, but they moving all these funds around, man. They making it happen.
Salary cap, man. You can manipulate the salary cap, man.
I need it, but yeah, bro, they doing more than manipulating, bro. They doing more than manipulating, man. I'm thinking there's a Ponzi scheme going on.
Same shit the Clippers doing. It's a LA thing, brother.
Nah, but I understand you saying, Breezo. I guess I look at it also from that front office perspective. It's like I know what you say, man, the future don't matter, but I understand from their perspective also. If you don't win, like even if I get somebody, I don't win again, and then I don't have a quarterback for 3 to 4 years, or I can be fired. There's no future for me as a GM. Like, and we might not want to hear that, like, but respectfully to the fan base, my job as a GM is definitely to win now, but also I have to prepare for the future at the same time because there's also a scenario where they get everybody, they get Caleb Downs with McDuffie and with Garrett, lose, and then Stafford leave, and you got 3 to 4 years with no quarterback, and you fired anyway. You know what I'm saying? So that's why I said it's kind of like a balancing act to a degree. Like I understand from the perspective of a GM, is where they kind of like, look, man, if we got a chance to get a quarterback, now it's gonna be on them. If that dude is a bum, yeah, he fired anyway. You know what I'm saying? But if he's actually good, not trying to make you mad, Breeze, or if he gets to the point where he's Andrew Luck replacing Peyton Manning, there's going to be like a forgiveness there. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not saying that's who he is, but I'm saying, like, if you luck up into that scenario, that's going to keep a lot of GMs out there and people in LA going to have their job for a long time. So I understand why GMs do it. I don't have to agree with it, but I understand why they do it. And if it was the Lions, you get me Myles Garrett. As much as you give me Myles Garrett, I'm cool, bro. You know what I'm saying? I understand. Because golf ain't gonna be here forever. Stafford ain't gonna be here forever.
I'm about to say that's even with them having, like how you alluded to, Gino. That's even with them already having a good offseason. They just won the offseason once they got Myles Garrett. And I agree with Breeze wholeheartedly the night we was watching the draft, you feel me? And they drafted Ty Sims. I'm like, man, they could have got the tight end from Oregon who the Jets took. They could have got some lineman help. They could have did a lot of things, but it's
moved up, yeah.
But that's what I'm saying. But in hindsight, you feel me? If it, like I said, that's why I said foresight and hindsight are going to be huge, like pause. But it's like at the end of the day, if this works out and it becomes a situation where it's like Aaron Rodgers, Pat Mahomes, Andrew Luck kind of deal, where it's like you had your guy, but hey, man, we can save a lot of money by either letting this the guy go or, by cutting ties, you feel me, quicker than we plan to, because we got a young dude who's on a rookie contract who's going to reset our market basically here. We're going to have a lot more cap room to work with. We can extend guys like Myles Garrett and McDuffie or Adams or whoever the case may be. Puka up for a deal soon. So it's like, if we can save money there, we can still have the team compete at a high level because the quarterback may not be as good as Stafford is, but he's a very good quarterback who can progressively get better throughout the years. Then, to me, the next 2-3 years, that's a win. Like, and again, it's not me saying they shouldn't be all in this year. They should be. That's the reason why you go out and get McDuffie and Myles Garrett. But you could do two things at once, and I think that's what they're looking, and that's at least how they're trying to approach the situation. Because I think from top to bottom, I mean, there aren't 3 teams in the league more talented than them from top to bottom already.
Nah.
So it's like, how I think the GM looked at it from the perspective of Breeze, like, how much better are we going to get? Like, yeah, we could go out and get a tight end, but how much better are we really going to get with that tight end? I think that's how they looked at it from that perspective. Now, I don't necessarily agree, but I think that's the thought process. It's like, how much better are we really going to get with this guy? We already Super Bowl favorites. We already favorite to get to the dance, win our division, all this other stuff. Got the reigning MVP, the DPOY player, sack leader, sack record holder, got a top 5 corner, arguably in Trent McDuffie, got probably the best receiver doing the league right now. If you want to, so it's like it's already a lot there. So I just think that's why they looked at it from that perspective.
I also think they looked at teams like the Steelers and other teams who ain't never really bad enough to pick at the top of the draft to get a good quarterback, right? So like, if you can get a prospect like a raw prospect like how AR was coming into the league, but you can actually sit him, you don't have to rush him to play him. That helps too, because like now you got Stafford for another 2-3 years. If he plays all 2 or 3, either way it goes, he get to sit and learn from one of the best quarterbacks ever in his era, anyway. And then he gets to watch that team is going to be the same. They're going to eventually pay Puka, so he'll have a number one receiver for sure locked in whenever he does step in. Even if Devontae walk away or Devontae done by the time he starts, by then another young guy could have stepped up. The other auxiliary pieces, you'll still have a Kyron Williams, a Quorum, stuff like that. So like, I think they was looking at it like that too. Like, all right, when are we ever going to be this high again? Like to pick this high. They knew they had already made the trade for McDuffie, so that was done. So it was just like, okay, cool. What can we do with this pick? Ideally, they could have traded down because there was a lot of depth in this draft. Like I feel like this is probably one of the deeper drafts we've had in a while. But I'm also not mad at you taking the quarterback. I think he would have been there later. Like if they would have traded back in the first, I
That
feel
was
like
my
they, yeah, like I feel like they could have traded back and
And got
still got him, and then got some other pieces in addition to that. But they felt comfortable just picking as is. I mean, Sean McVay is a great coach, so I mean, if he feel like he gonna make it work with Buddy, then he will. If not, then at least they have him. If he's not ready to play by the time they're ready to play him, then they'll just go the route of what other teams do, which is signing that veteran that's on the market and probably doing what the Vikings are doing right now. Unfortunately, having to kind of outsource each year on a year-to-year basis until
Yeah,
you find your guy.
yeah. And the thing is, I mean, listen, all respect to JJ McCarthy, he's not Ty Simpson. Like, I mean, Ty Simpson wasn't lighting the world up for fire at Bama, but
I
he
mean,
had
Ty
some he
Simpson
had some
is not.
games
I
where he was
mean,
just looking pretty damn solid.
he's turnover prone, but I also blame the offensive line of Alabama because they were terrible last
Yeah,
year.
he played. He
Outs-
played on the worst.
Outside of
He played on the worst Bama team I've ever seen. Like,
outside of
give him that
Caden,
game.
outside of Caden Proctor, their offensive line was garbage.
He played, to me, in my opinion, like I said, he played on the worst Bama team I've ever seen in my lifetime.
Talent
And
wise, no, but cohesively, yes.
it was that's what I'm saying. The
That
talent. I
the
mean, it's
talent
Bama. You're
there.
gonna have
It
talent,
just I
but
don't
it's
know. That's
like in terms of the coaching, the cohesiveness, the continuity, none of that was there. And like I
nah.
said,
That shit
some
was
games he looked pretty damn solid. But I like I said, I don't want people thinking I'm trying to justify the Ty Simpson pick.
hey,
Because I think at the end of the day, I don't like the pick for what they're trying to do within the next 2 year window. But again, if this can work out in their favor to the point where he is the guy once Stafford retires, and because we all know that's the one position in football you have to get right. If you ain't got a quarterback, everything else don't matter. The most talented team in the world. We seen this with, you feel me, the Browns year after year. We seen this with the Vikings the last 2 3 years. We
the
seen
Colts.
this with the Colts. I mean, hell, you the list could go on, bro. We could talk about multiple teams, but it's like at the end of the day, if they have their guy, the Rams to me have a good front office. They have one of the best head coaches in the league. I told you, I think Sean McVay at this point, and for my money, I think he is the best coach in the league. Unless you want to say Andy Reid, for the grace of being Andy Reid, I'm fine with that. But I just think for what it's worth, behind a guy and the mind of Sean McVay, that GM, that team, what they've done the last couple of years, I truly believe if this does work, it's gonna look like a move that a lot of people will be like, hey, you know what? They got it right. But only time will tell. I think we'll know within the next 2 3 years though.
I
Because
mean,
I
last
don't know.
time they went all in like that, they won the Super Bowl, right? So they brought in a bunch of guys. They brought in a Jalen. They brought in a Vaughn, a OBJ. They brought in
Yeah,
all the
John, they
guys.
bought in Von Miller, they bought in
Last
Jalen
time
Ramsey,
they
Eric
did this,
Weddle.
it worked in their favor, which is why they can
they
afford to
bought in Eric
gamble.
Weddle too. They lost that Super Bowl though with Eric Weddle.
Yeah, they lost that one, but
Oh,
like they
then the
they
next
basically they
year.
can afford because it worked in their favor and because they built up
Dante
that
Fowler
equity.
was bought in too. That's who the other guy was.
yeah.
Yeah. But they've built that equity up and consistency as far as being a winning franchise to where they can afford to go all in multiple times and people won't bat an eye at it. Like if it don't work out, nobody's gonna be like, oh, they shouldn't have done it. Like nobody's gonna say that. Like nobody's gonna ever tell you you shouldn't get a Miles Garrett or shouldn't get a Trent McDuffie. You know what I'm
Well,
saying?
no, they're
So
not gonna say that. They're just gonna say you shouldn't have picked that damn quarterback.
no, not really. Well, I guess it depends on what. If injuries occur, and it's a situation where you could have used that pick to pick one of the best players available at that position, then sure. Like
Yeah,
if
I'm
the
about to say I think
secondary,
it'll
if the
depend on the
secondary is like
circumstances.
pure ass outside of McDuffie, then somebody could say, "Oh, you could have picked the best corner that was available or the best safety."
Yeah, or if it come
Yeah,
down to a 2 minute drill and they got Puka clamped and Tay clamped, and you have a tight end that's garbage that can't catch a jump ball, they're gonna say you should have picked the nigga who got a 70-inch vertical that went to the Jets.
Well, they don't got that. I mean, they got some pretty good tight end. I mean, I got like elite.
No, that's what I
yeah. I
said.
mean, they
But
got Higby.
that's
They
why I say it's
drafted Claire. Even
a difficult
the rookie
situation
they
because it's
did
like
get was still good though.
they
Like
don't
they
really
have depth.
have no real bad
They don't have no glaring
position.
weaknesses, bro.
They don't have no real bad. They're like what Mike just said. There's no glaring weaknesses on the team, and there's no real position you can pinpoint and say they should have. They could have got this. I think it was a luxury pick regardless of whatever direction they went, and I think that's what it comes down to. It's like what direction you want to go in. You want to go with the future, or you want to go with being more over the top than what people already view us as. So it's
And
like,
Yeah.
and that's what it really comes down to. So I think it's a matter of perspective and preference. If I'm being
yeah,
honest, like
yeah, that's why I say Tavares. Me, man, I believe. Yeah, bro. I believe. Like I kind of believe that GM looked at it like you said in terms of how much better we can get, and also thought about like, man, look, what's the best way for me to keep my job the next 10 years? And if you hit on that quarterback, people can be mad looking back. Like, don't get me wrong, Breeze. Like, you right. People be like, man, you shouldn't have took their quarterback. That quarterback keep them 10, 11, 12 wins. I think that GM is just thinking, look, man, what's gonna help me keep my job in the least? Because I already got a Super Bowl. So if I can
yeah.
extend this as long as possible, which again, some of us don't want to hear as fans, but man, don't do we think about all that, bro.
All right. So well, before we move on, I do got a question for
Mhm.
y'all boys. Man. So this kind of off the topics, but I do want to ask y'all if I'm glad Mike joined back because I want to see what he said. If Sean McVay does win this Super Bowl, right?
Hmm.
What are the conversations as an all time coach? Because I just want to preference some things. Like we're talking about a guy that came into a situation. This was one of the worst franchises. I think we all can agree this is one of the worst franchises in the league for the last 15 years. Like I think I with Jeff Fisher there and stuff. This was a bad team, bro. Like this wasn't a good team. They had some talent, but this wasn't a good. You muted, Mike.
I think it wasn't ideal per se, but I don't think they was one of the worst teams either. Like they was kind of in that weird like
A lot of
tweener,
6, 7 wins.
yeah, like that tweener, that 500 space. But they
But
Yeah.
wasn't
Jeff,
like
I
Cleveland.
get
They
that.
weren't
But Jeff Fisher
Cleveland
was
bad.
there, and they literally would. He had the worst winning percentage of any coach of all time.
I mean, that's fine, but that's Jeff Fisher also. I mean, it's not. I want he overrated as a coach in general. He's not a good football coach. He took
I get that, but it's like you come into a situation, right? And I think the Rams the 2 seasons before he got there, maybe 3 seasons, they won under 7 games all 3 seasons. Aaron Donald came in, he was there as a rookie 2nd year player, right? They had Todd Gurley, you had Jared Goff. Many people thought at that point, I mean, correct me if I'm wrong, but many people thought at that point Jared Goff was already on a bus
Mhm.
radar. Like
Playable, yeah.
so a lot of people already thought that. He came into this situation, a 6-win team, and the next year they won their division. And now from that point on, they have not only won the division multiple times, they've been to multiple NFC championship games. And if he wins another Super Bowl, that's 2 Super Bowls. So it's like,
yeah.
I'm just saying,
I get like giving him praise. What I'm talking about is just the state of the roster at the time. I think that was more to do to Jeff Fisher just being fucking terrible at his job than the actual
but
state of what the talent
do
on
you
that
think
roster was.
do you think there would have been 5 other coaches in the league that could have done what he's been doing?
No. I think he's still a top five coach regardless. He's an excellent coach. I'm just talking about the fact that he took over a team that was just destitute. Like they weren't bad. Jeff Fisher was bad. He took that exact same team with a couple more pieces and they won a division. So like I think that says more about him as a coach versus him taking over a situation that just wasn't good. Like the Rams were okay. Jeff Fisher was just garbage as fuck and made them look worse than what they actually were.
But that's my thing though too, Mike. I'm gonna let you speak, Bree. I think you got something to say, but let me just say this
Oh, me?
last
Nah,
point.
I ain't got. I'm just listening.
That's my thing though, bro. It's like if we're saying I think we can all agree from a talent perspective, the Rams were solid. He took a solid team and made them significantly better than just solid. Like you went from a team that couldn't sniff the playoffs to winning the division. You turned Jared Goff into a Pro Bowler after people said he was a bust potentially, and then you made Todd Gurley arguably the best player in football. Like I'm just saying, like that. Again, Todd Gurley coming out of Georgia was one of the best running back prospects you ever seen, of course. But Todd Gurley wasn't Todd Gurley until Sean McVay got in the picture. And I'm just saying, like, at some point, I think, bro, we got to start having a conversation about this man being already a potential top 15 coach of all time. Like, because it's like, if he can get another Super Bowl with a team with the Rams, and I know they're talented, but it's like you still need to put in the scheme, you feel me, the culture, and all of these things in order to make that talent execute and succeed. Because we've seen a lot of talented teams not achieve anything, but this isn't the case here, and that's why I'm saying, like, is that a conversation that can be opened up about him entering that realm? Because I think he would have earned that at that point.
Hey T, let me before you finish your statement, bro. The Todd Gurley talks, bro. I think Gurley was there 2 years before McVay got there. His first season, he went for like 1,100 yards and 10 touchdowns. Second season, he got hurt,
Mm.
but he still had like 890 yards and 7 touchdowns, bro. Then
Yeah.
McVay took over, so the trajectory was there. So
No, I don't deny that.
I can't necessarily say, you feel me. I can say, yeah, his coaching, his scheme, all that stuff definitely elevated his play. But to say, like, we know Jared Goff was going to be rated a bum because he was picked number 1 overall. Like, when you pick number 1 overall, expectations come with that. But I don't know, man. Todd Gurley was low key cooking with the bums, bro.
No, I'm not saying he wasn't. I'm not saying he didn't make. I'm not saying he made Todd Gurley. What I'm saying is he elevated him from being an arguable top 3 2 running back in the league to arguably the best offensive player in the league. And to me, that's a huge difference because you're not only ascending from your position because he was clearly at that point the best running back in the league. Clearly, he went from that top 3 to 5 range running back them first 2 years because his first year he got hurt. The second year he played the full season. Then after that, the man went from a player that, like I said, was arguably top 3 at his position to the best offensive player in the league. And I think that's a difference. And that to me that's the difference of having a great coach. And that's what I'm saying. But I'm not gonna sit here and make it seem like he made Todd Gurley. Like I said, Todd Gurley coming out of Georgia was really that for real. He was arguably the best running back prospect we've seen at the time. But it's like at the same time, bro, he gets into a system, he leads the leagues in touchdowns 2 years straight. And I believe if I'm not mistaken, bro, like one of these years he had a 2,000 yards from the scrimmage. He led the league in scrimmage yardage. So it's like, bro, I think coaching played a huge role in that. And that's all I'm saying, bro. I think it's gonna be personally. I mean, I don't know if y'all agree. I don't know where y'all at with it, but I think if he gets this second Super Bowl, I think he will enter them conversations of arguably a top 15 to maybe a top 12 coach of all time. I think he's going to be that if he gets his Super Bowl.
I think we got to go down the list, but I could hear the 15, but 12, we got to go down the list, bro.
Yes, but I was gonna say 15 for sure because he got multiple versus coaches that only got one. And considering he started so young, he was like 32 or 34 or something when he took over as a head coach. He was young as hell. So like,
Yeah,
I
he's
think
young
that
in the
plays a
league.
role too. Like he has grown literally with this team. So like that goes to his benefit. He'll be coaching for another 20, 30 years potentially. So I don't know. But if he get 2, he for sure. Top 15 for sure.
Yeah,
Probably.
12, I'm going to have to go down the list of coaches.
12 is tough because you got it's so many coaches that played before even we started watching football. I was winning 4, 5, 6 Super Bowls at a time. So it's like you really have to like run that list off. But
So quick
No,
question,
but
T.
the thing
If
is,
it's
McVay
just
won
worth the
another one, him or
conversation.
Don Shula?
If he wins another one, it's still Don Shula, yeah, for sure.
See, and a lot of people ain't gonna think Don Shula off the bat. So just imagine all the quarterbacks, bro, that we gonna have. All the coaches that we gonna have to go through, bro.
But here's my thing, though, right?
It's a lot.
It's like it's similar to. Go ahead, you know.
I know that's Mike.
Oh, I thought.
No, you good, go
But
ahead, bro.
so this is my thing, right? When we talk players, right, we look at these dudes from like what they've done and impact on the game more so, or as not as more so, but as much as the accolades, right? I think the same could be said for coaches because I think a coach can impact a team just as well as a great player can. And I think when we talk about Sean McVay and we talk about the Andy Reids of the world, we talk about the Bill Belichick of the world, their impact on their teams and these franchises go beyond just the accolades. It's like we've literally seen. I mean, I can't. I mean, maybe y'all can. I can't really recall 5, 8 coaches off the top that came into a situation where it was grim, bro. I understand the talent was there, bro. This wasn't a good team, bro. Like the Rams were not a good team that came into this situation, and for the next 8 years, made them one of the best teams in the league, and not only just one of the best teams, they're one of their contender almost year in and year out. So it's like, how many coaches have really done that? And I think for me, that speaks volumes. I mean, again, maybe y'all don't hold it as much weight as I do, but it's like
technically,
I go ahead, Breezer.
Go ahead, bro. You got it.
No, I get like I agree with everything. I guess I don't look, and I guess it's a matter of perspective. Like I view the Lions situation as
I was just about to bring up Dan Campbell.
You know what I'm saying? I view that as like desolate, like Cleveland, grim, Cincinnati before Burrow, grim. Like no disrespect to LA, but them kind of being around 6 wins, 7 wins, 7 wins. You know what I'm saying? Like it's not good. You know what I'm saying? It's kind of like it ain't good. Bad, grim. You know what I'm saying? But I don't take that away from Sean McVay. You know, I just that's probably the only thing I don't. I just like I go back to what Will Mike Jones said. I think that Jeff Fisher post Tennessee was just incompetent, and he was an incompetent person with a roster that had potential. But Sean McVay on his own, definitely, that's why I do come to agree with you is that Sean McVay 100% was the correct person to take over the Rams in a way that probably maybe only Andy Reid could, or only Sean Payton could. There probably only 2 people that could. You know what I'm saying? From my perspective, is where Sean Payton and Andy Reid are like the only people that could have took the food that Jeff Fisher was ruining in the kitchen and turned it into a real good meal. You know what I'm saying? So I know I see where you're coming from. I just don't think LA was like this. It was just that bad. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I agree. I don't think LA was as bad as like just downright discussing it, like just this, you feel me, dismantled like how the Lions or like the Browns have been. I agree with that. But the only thing I want to say last, and we can move on, is I just feel when we talk about coaches, right, and we talk about players, I think the impact that these dudes have on the situations and these games, man, like whether it's the play calls at the right time, right moment, controlling the clock, like these things, like yes, we have to go back and review a lot of these coaches and who they were and are as players. I mean, not players, as coaches. But it's like, bro, like when you have a guy who's one of the best offensive minds we've ever seen of all time, like we're talking about one of the best coaches we've seen on the offensive side of the ball, period. To me, that plays into the factor of you develop the MVP quarterback, you develop the guy that's the offensive player of the year, you develop the guy that's been one of the best starts to a receiver we've ever seen in our career, not career, but our lives, as well as the fact you got something out of Devontae Adams where the last 2 years have looked like he was on the decline. So it's like a lot of this to me, it's like at some point, bro, it's like a all-time coach. I mean, a lot of people be having Mike Tomlin these all-time coach conversations, and no disrespect to Mike Tomlin, I don't think he's a coach Sean McVay is. I mean, I'm not gonna say Mike Tomlin isn't a great coach or hasn't been, but it's like he came into a situation where this team was what is how many years the Steelers won the Super Bowl before he came in? Was it the year before or the year before that?
Might have been like something like that, if not like 3 to 4 years, something like that
So it's
in the
like
time frame.
I just view that in a more respectable light, in my opinion. Because it's like I hear people tell me Mike Tomlin the top 15 coach all the time. So I'm like, okay. I don't think it would be crazy for me to say then if I think Sean McVay is already there if he wins another Super Bowl. That's all I'm saying, bro.
We just gotta make a list. We're gonna have that as a segment for the next episode, man. We're gonna blind rank 15 coaches, or we're gonna do a would you rather this coach or Sean McVay, man.
All right, we can cook that up for sure. But let's speak on the let's speak on the Von Miller signing with the Cowboys, man. Y'all moved by any of that at all?
Don't really care. Vaughn is washed. I'm not gonna lie to you, man. Cam in the chat tried to tell us, oh well, Von Miller had 9 sacks last year. Well, he was on the Commanders defense, and statistically they ranked at the bottom in almost everything. So 9 sacks, just looking at the sack total can be fool's gold, man. He was abysmal trying to stop the run. Like Von Miller, he's a first ballot Hall of Famer. Great. But his better days are behind him, man. If you're just bringing him in to be just a situational pass rusher, cool. But the Cowboys, their fans, you know how Cowboys fans are. They're saying this is the most talented defense they ever had. Their defense is elite. They think this is Von Miller back in 2015 when he was in the Super Bowl and won MVP. They think that's this Von Miller. And my thing is, bro, if that was this Von Miller, bro, he wouldn't have got cut by the Bills and he wouldn't have left the Commanders if he's really contributing the way people think he's going to contribute, man. I do still think just his presence alone can warrant maybe 5-6 sacks, but thinking that a Von Miller at this age with the extensive injury history is going to be a key contributor to put Dallas over the hump is crazy, man. I'm not moved by it at all.
What you got, Gino?
I think it's good enough for the Cowboys to have a chance at getting to the divisionals. About it. You know, I like the fact that they got Quentin Williams. I like the fact that they got I forgot the guy that they got from the Packers down there as well. And I like adding
Kenny Clark.
Yeah, Kenny Clark. I like him as far as stopping the run. I like him with Quentin Williams. I like Von Miller down there on the line. You know, things of that nature. But I think it's just enough to get to the divisionals. You know, I think it's enough to get into the playoffs. Still a playoff game. I don't look at it as like I don't look at it like how a lot of Cowboy fans look at it like they just got this dangerous defensive line, and it's like, I mean, we talked about it earlier. Cincinnati line is probably somewhere you look at it like super improvement, you know, a super happiness despite them losing Trey Hendrickson. I think the Cowboys are gonna have enough to go win 10, 11 games and get put out in the divisionals. And quite frankly, that's just their expectations at this point because Dallas fans have really given up on winning the Super Bowl. So that's why Cam is happy, Breezo. They don't have any expectation to win the Super Bowl. Cowboy fans are officially just there for the vibes, and it is what it is.
Okay. What you got, Mike? You there?
I think he'll be a situational pass rusher, which is why they excited about it, which is cool. Like I think it's cool. Like it's a nice signing. It's all right. It ain't nothing crazy. It definitely ain't what Cowboys fans gonna make it, but they gassing all that because he from Texas and they like, oh, he back home, he finna do this, that, and the third. Like, nah. But at the same time, even with him being older and washed, he damn near still better than Rashawn Gary bomb ass. So I mean, I ain't gonna lie, he might play more than that nigga. That might be the nigga that end up being a situational player. Vaughn might fucking start. So we'll see.
Okay. All right. So for me, I mean, I'm not putting too much stock into it. I mean, I think he will be a situational pass rusher. I think at this age, with the injury history he's built, especially these last 3-4 years, I think I agree completely with Breeze. His best days are truly behind him. I mean, at the end of the day, Von Miller will be a first ballot Hall of Famer. He's a Super Bowl champion. He's a multiple time Super Bowl champion. He's a guy who
MVP.
the Super Bowl MVP. He probably played the best football game I've ever seen a player play. If I'm being honest, I mean he was absolutely destroying every which way the tackle whoever lined up in front of him for the Panthers, man. So it was bad. But at the end of the day, I think he will be a situational pass rusher, and I think it's just another reason for Cowboys fans to be excited about the season, and that's all it is, personally. But anything else you want to add before we move on, fellas?
Congratulations on 9 wins, Dallas.
Crazy.
You a
All that
generous
shit just to
man.
get sliced by Jalen Hurts is crazy.
Nah, I ain't gonna lie. When they play that nigga, all of a sudden, them motherfuckers turn into the '90s fucking Cowboys when they
Boy,
see them niggas.
Jalen Hurts gonna throw the
I
most
ain't gonna
elite.
lie, bro. Them niggas
Jalen
be.
Hurts gonna throw the most elite 131 yards you ever
Nah, I
seen
don't
in
know,
life and cook
man.
them
Them
boys.
niggas, Dallas see Philly, all of a sudden niggas scoring 40 points and shit, and them niggas turn into motherfucking
Nah, them boys did.
superheroes.
They do play them tough every year though.
Ain't them
Boy,
niggas turn
That's
into
that. That's how
superheroes.
division games go though, bro.
you
Like,
gonna see Jalen Hurts 14 for
Dak take that.
18,
Dak take that
131
shit personal.
yards,
I ain't
2
gonna lie.
touchdowns, and the tush push touchdowns, and the Eagles win.
Dak take that shit personal. Y'all think this nigga better than me?
hey man, but I want to speak on KD MVPs and ring comments, man. So for those who don't know, to give a little context, Kevin Durant was on the pod and he has said there's this is speaking on the MVP and ring situation. He said there's one a year. I don't give a fuck what nobody say. Rings are incredible. It's a great team accomplishment, but come on, everybody wants to be MVP. There's a lot of out of your control with the rings. You get a little bit more control in your hands with MVP. So my question to y'all is, I'm gonna start with you. I'm gonna start with you, Gino. Do you think KD has a point, or do you believe he's just coming up with anything?
KD has no point. I'm gonna say it like this. I don't care what you tell me. I'm gonna pay attention to what you show me. MVPs were so important to Kevin Durant. Matter of fact, Kevin Durant, if they were so important, then your ass should have stayed in OKC and won some MVPs. You didn't leave. You didn't leave Oklahoma City because you was concerned that you couldn't win MVPs. You left Oklahoma City because you wanted to win a championship. In fact, you didn't even just leave Oklahoma City and go somewhere like maybe Tracy McGrady went to Houston. You went to a 73-9 team because you knew it would win you a championship. You left that team when people said that you couldn't win without Steph Curry. You didn't get with Kyrie Irving to win MVPs. When y'all needed some more people, you didn't have James Harden running around here in no fat suit, so he can come up there to Brooklyn and win some MVPs. You didn't pack your stuff up, go to Phoenix, so you can win some MVPs. Kevin Durant wanted to do what LeBron did. I'm gonna get there in a second with LeBron. He wanted to be able to assemble his teams, win a championship, and unlike LeBron, it didn't go the way that he needed it to go. Now, I'm not saying that MVPs don't matter. MVPs are very, very important. His MVP should always be respected. The other thing that I'm going to take offense to that I've been looking at all day is like a lot of people say, when you play for a championship, you winning a championship is something that you can't control. Okay, I also want to deconstruct this for a minute. Since the 2000s, 92.6% of MVP players come from teams that are top 5 in the league, which means that if I'm somebody like Boogie, Kevin Durant, I don't have a Sam Presti. I don't have a Russell Westbrook. Like everything that you would say that will be the reason that Michael Jordan has a championship or LeBron has a championship or you couldn't get a championship is something that Anthony Davis, when he put up 2014 and it was like top 3 in MVP voting and top 7 in MVP and top 7 in defense voting. I couldn't win a championship because my team, I couldn't win an MVP because my team wasn't good enough. Yes, MVP is an individual award, but consistently 92% and even 81% of MVPs come from teams where they are top 2 in the league with wins. Okay. Like winning is so important. And keep in mind, like with Michael Jordan, what Scottie Pippen did to win a ring for Michael Jordan, it's still the same thing that Scottie Pippen did to help these dudes be 73-9. So even when you say that, well, it's a little bit more in my control. You know what also isn't in your control is when people have this idea of I can't give LeBron or Michael Jordan the MVP every year. I have to give it to somebody else. These voters are on record saying I have MVP fatigue. I have best player fatigue. Sometimes the MVP is not even the best player. Sometimes the
Yeah,
MVP,
Will.
what you
My
say?
bad. See, yeah, Will.
Yeah. Sometimes the MVP ain't even the best player. So like all I'm saying, and then I'm gonna let somebody else go, and then also I'm gonna say this. I personally feel T like if you're asking me, because he said which one is more precious. Right now, Michael Jordan has one less MVP than Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. If I went to Michael Jordan and said, "Give me two of those championships for two MVPs," Michael Jordan would look at me like I'm crazy. When we talk about LeBron James, and I was reading it today, preparing for this day, there is no MVP that LeBron James has lost. There's not one that compares to how he felt about 2011. There is not one MVP race that Michael Jordan lost that he said, and I quote after losing to the Pistons, I cried. I absolutely cried in front of grown men on the bus. When we talk about the two MVPs that Kobe Bryant didn't get, they do not hurt as much to Kobe Bryant as what happened to against the Pistons and against the Celtics. With all due respect to Kevin, and I personally believe that Kevin Durant might personally feel that way because we have told Kevin Durant his championship don't matter when he went to Golden State. But just in general, these dudes don't go out here switching these teams and blowing these teams up to say, oh, I'm trying to win MVPs. You left Russell Westbrook because you wanted to win a championship. You didn't turn your back on OKC to go win some more MVPs because you already won one there. It was possible. Dame Lillard ain't pack up and go to Milwaukee to win no MVP. You know what I'm saying? So I don't really look. I don't. That's why I say I don't believe he has any point because it just didn't work out for him. He wanted to do what LeBron did. It didn't work out for him, and now that people hold him responsible, which sometimes is unfair, for not winning those championships, he's got to pivot to the next thing.
Okay. Oh, what's going on, Will? I don't know if Will can hear me or not.
Yeah, I can hear you, bro. My fault. I had to unmute. My shit was moving on slow. What's up with you? I'm glad I got on. Hold on, pause. I'm glad. I'm glad I
I'm
got
like,
to the
be quiet,
podcast
boy.
on time for this topic.
All right. You go ahead, bro. What you got? What you think of KD's championship and MVP comment?
I'm gonna piggyback right off Gino's last point when they might not matter that much to KD. But let's be real. We all know KD is arguably the most selfish, self-centered player in the league. Like he's not a good teammate. He throws everybody under the bus. All he really cares about is himself. So of course, a championship wouldn't matter as much as just self-recognition. You know what I mean? Just the idea of him being better matters more to him than him accomplishing like a championship, a team goal, because anybody could have part in that.
Mm.
I think that a lot of it when it comes to media depends on nuance. You know what I mean? Like it's really nuanced. It depends on what's going on. Like for certain players, a Finals MVP might mean more to their career. To certain players, a regular MVP might mean more.
Mm.
I think that a Finals MVP is usually usually less impressive overall unless they just go crazy that series than a regular MVP. But like in terms of going through the whole season, then getting to the postseason, all the way through the postseason and winning the finals and MVP, I think usually, like in my opinion, that can hold a lot more weight to most people's career than just winning an MVP. Because, like, we look at guys like Steve Nash and we're like, all right, well, he's really buns for real. He's overrated, whatever what people want to say, because he couldn't get it done in the playoffs. So, like, none of that matters. But if he had one Finals MVP, nobody would ever have anything bad to say about Steve Nash.
Nash's buns is crazy.
Well, I mean, people say that. I'm not saying that I believe that, but people believe that, bro.
That's what I
Crazy
say.
I
work.
ain't never heard someone say that in my life,
That's
boy.
crazy
But
work.
hey, but
Hey,
Hey,
they be
make sure
tripping.
you clip that, man. This hot take Willie, man.
They be
I
tripping.
didn't say I believe that.
crazy. Bro.
My boy,
Uh,
my boy
what,
said Nash's buns.
what you got? What you got, Breeze? What's your thoughts on the comments?
Man, I ain't even gonna lie to you, man. I just didn't really put too much stock in it because it's just Kevin Durant being Kevin Durant, man. I can always count on Kevin Durant to just say some shit that I don't really care about, man. It's one day it's gonna be Kevin Durant saying, I never really cared about rings. I went to Golden State because of the weather. No, bro, you did care about rings. We're gonna hear Kevin Durant say one day loyalty is everything to him when he left Oklahoma City. This is just one of Kevin Durant's moves. I'm surprised he didn't go on his burner account and post this. But in general, in the grand scheme of things, brother, the rings do matter, especially when you get into that class, that upper echelon of all time great players. Um, I hear like I know we despise Karl Malone with a passion. We hate Karl Malone. We don't even want to bring him up and rank him in all time rankings. But Karl Malone isn't looked at as the greatest power forward of all time because he has no rings. Remember, he retired. I think it was number 2, scoring all time, multiple
Yeah,
records, dominant player on the court. Just that lack of that ring keeps him out of those upper, and of course his off the court antics keeps him out of those talks. Charles Barkley's a joke to
Antics.
people now.
Yeah,
I
and
don't
takes
know.
is a lot of work, bro. I ain't gonna lie.
That boy
What?
was for a
It
white
takes is a
person.
lot of work.
We can't call that antics, brother. We gotta say something
Bro, his
different.
off the court behavior, man.
There we go. Because we
Yeah.
can't just
His
classify that
his
shit. Antics is getting drunk at the club, nigga. Nothing
his
but
his,
antics,
his,
brother.
his off the court activities, man. Whatever you want to call it,
yeah.
man.
Yeah, go
I'm about to
ahead.
say, but
Nowadays,
they sins. They say that boy sins, man.
people joke about Charles Barkley. Yeah, man, he was fat while he was playing, but he's the round mound and rebound for a reason, man. He was 6'4", 6'5", 20 points, 14 rebounds, made it to the finals MVP, but people talk crazy about him because he didn't win that ring. And so like I said, man, it's just KD being KD, man. I don't even put too much stock in what KD's saying, but if rings didn't matter to him, like Gino said, man, he wouldn't have left Oklahoma City. If he didn't feel that validation for rings, he wouldn't have left Golden State because he had no reason to leave Golden State. He wanted to prove that he can win a ring by himself, and he didn't do it, man. So Kevin Durant, it's two things I count on to lie in life: taxes and Kevin Durant to lie. Cause that nigga could lie, boy.
All right, what you got, Mike?
All right, bro. So I ain't no therapist, bro. But I'm gonna keep it a buck. Kevin Durant is the most like miserable superstar of any major sport I've ever seen, bro. Like he's never happy, fam. Like never. Everything he says is a contradiction of the last thing he did. So like he'll say something, but we'll clearly see his actions show something different. Like MVPs matter more, like y'all was saying. But then you left. You was winning championships. You felt like you weren't getting respected or praised enough. They weren't, oh, KD's the best. KD this good. You weren't getting cheered enough. So then you left Golden State. Cool. You tore your Achilles. Otherwise, you'd have left there with 3 chips. Fine. We know that wasn't your fault. Y'all lost. Kawhi won. What the damn shit happens. Great. Then you get to Brooklyn. You get the year off the first year. We don't hold that against you. Like we ain't, blame you for that because you were recovering. You come back, like y'all said. You get Kyrie. Then you go get James Harden. Y'all, you was hooping. I give him credit because again, if you wasn't for nigga having Shaq size feet, maybe they get to the finals that year instead of Giannis. Who knows? But you don't win there either. Then you leave there. Then you go to the next destination. Then you leave there. Like he went to Houston to win again. You leave there. You went to play with Devin Booker. Then you leave there. Like everywhere he goes, bro. If you look at the teams after he's gone, bro leaves a trail of destruction, bro. It's like Hurricane, fucking Kevin, bro. It's like every time he's like that girl, bro, that toxic girl that niggas around the city date and niggas end up needing a support group because she done just destroyed these niggas' lives, bro. Like it's ridiculous. All he do is sit up on the internet and tweet from his burner account, talk shit about his teammates, and then act like we wrong when we bring it up, or it's the media's fault when they bring the shit up. Like, bro is just not a happy human being, bro. No nigga alive with his abilities in championships would tell you that they'd rather have a fucking MVP Because we all know, if we can see that clearly Michael Jordan should have had more MVPs or LeBron should have had more MVPs, you have that validation already from your peers. So just because you didn't win it don't mean you don't know you weren't qualified or you weren't the person that should have got it. So that logic is dumb as hell. Had he wanted all these other stops bro had been making, he would have never said this dumb shit. But because, like y'all said, it didn't work out, now all of a sudden, come on, man, everybody wants to be MVP. Everybody's not you, nigga. Just stop trying to put everybody in the same box you in. You are in that boat by yourself with one paddle, my nigga, spinning in circles.
All right. I mean, for me, man, I think Will made a good point, man. I think it comes down to circumstance and situation, who exactly these players are, and what you should or could potentially impact the outlooks of your career once it's all said and done. Because someone like, for example, someone like Russell Westbrook, I think Westbrook winning the MVP in the fashion he wanted was more impactful to him than a ring could have been if he would have won it back with OKC against the Heat. I personally believe that. I'm not. I don't think. I don't think he would have been viewed in the same light because OKC, even though he would have beat LeBron and the Heat was at that point, I think it would have been a great achievement. But I think certain players benefit from that, the carry job, and them like being essentially like rising from ashes almost because no one gave the Thunder a chance to even make the playoffs that season, and they did. So it's like I think a lot of people like the hero and Cinderella stories just as much, if not more, than the David and Goliath kind of situations. But even though that was a good OKC team as well, but in the grand scheme of things, and generally speaking, I think the championships matter more when we talk about these all-time great players, like Breeze alluded to. When you get to these upper echelons of players, like the top 20 to 15 players of all time, that's when the rings matter, bro. And that's whether he wants to be in the conversations or not. That's the conversations people have put him in, and that's where he's going to be for the remainder of his career because of the simple fact that people view you as that good of a player. So what's the separator? It's the impact on winning culture and championships. Like that's the biggest indicator someone would tell you is why another player is better than the other player. Because no one is ever going to come to you and say Magic Johnson is better than Larry Bird because, he simply put he had more MVPs or whoever has more MVPs than who. I don't know. People are going to say because of what he does on the court and the fact that Magic Johnson had X, Y, and Z amount of rings, and the fact that Magic Johnson won a ring as a Finals MVP as a rookie on a team that was you feel me? He had to go start at center. Like people are going to view these big moment, legacy defining moments in a different light, and to me, you get those moments. Those moments impact your career and your stance and legacy as an all-time great player more so than the MVP would, because all these dudes are MVPs. Like no one is a top 15 player, top 20 player arguably that's not an MVP. So some of these dudes ain't champions, bro. Some of these dudes ain't multiple time champions. So it's like that's where the separators come in my opinion. So it's like that's when you start to have these conversations like who's better than who. And a lot of people resort back to, well, who had more impact on winning culture or winning basketball. I do think ring culture has become a little obscure, but I think regardless, when we talk about these all-time great players, it's going to be involved in the conversations, period. Whether people want to hear it or not, they will be. But anything else I want to add, fellas?
Nah, just wish Quincy was here.
I do want to say one thing. I'm not gonna lie, bro. If the Heat had lost to the Thunder that year, I think the ring wouldn't hold that much weight just because they would say LeBron and Wade were just pretty much a failure. Like other than one
but
year.
That's why I think the Russ MVP has more of an impact on his career than that ring would have.
Yeah. So
not even gonna lie, bro. I think the whole trajectory of the NBA switch at that time, because if they lose back to back, remember they just lost to Dallas. If they lose to OKC, that shit done, bro. That shit is finished. They not finna stick around for that shit, bro. They done.
Yeah, I know. I agree. I think it would have been done.
They would have blew that bitch up, bro. Man, hell nah, bro. You put this shit together to lose back to back. You lost to Slender Man and a turtle on cocaine. Man, get out of here, man. Get the fuck out of here, bro.
And the news is Kevin Durant is living that reality. He put that Brooklyn stuff together and work out. And again, it ain't all his fault. They got hurt.
That nigga say, LeBron can do it. I can do it.
Kyrie wanted to be a spellcaster. James Harden funding the strip club.
Spellcaster is great.
Man, that man was you ain't see that man, bro. He walking around saging the arenas praying. Hell no, man. Get the injured the same game.
All right, man. So we're gonna do a round table, y'all. So I got a segment I want to try out, man. So I'm gonna start with you, Will. Who you think is the most overrated player in the AFC East? If you had to say.
In the AFC East?
Yes. For context, you got the Patriots, you got the Bills, Dolphins, Jets.
Patriots, Bills, Dolphins, Jets. I don't know. That's a good one, bro.
You want us to come back to you?
No, I'm gonna say James Cook.
Okay. Why?
I think that his production kind of overshadows what I think his talent compared to other backs is, and because of that, I think people tend to give him, I think, just a little too much credit, just of how good he is. Like, I think James Cook is good, but I mean, he has a great run blocking offensive line, and then he has Josh Allen to pretty much take as much pressure off of, you know, his run game as possible. I still think he's a good back, but when it comes to like ranking other guys, he's probably 8 to 10 if I had to guess, in my opinion.
What you got, Breeze? You got someone?
Without a doubt. Let the record show Will is on drugs this morning, this afternoon. It's without a doubt Breece Hall. That man has been disappointing, bro. I understand he plays for the Jets, but he has been disappointing. He just signed a new deal, another 3-year deal for like maybe 49 million.
Yeah, it was 49 million.
49 million. Yeah, man. Breece Hall just I remember they say he was gonna go to Kansas City, man. I thought maybe we can see why they called him Beast Hall in college, but
But who talks about Breece Hall? You said that like people care about him.
But
though.
He said the overrated player in the AFC.
Nah, people do talk about Breece Hall, boy. They do say he a top 10.
But Breece Hall fans, bro. Nobody cares about him.
Bro,
the national media don't even talk about him anymore. He's football.
And bro, just a simple fact, nigga brought up James Cook, bro. That's disrespectful. Man, I ain't gonna lie to you. James Cook from the crib, so he ain't finna slander my dog like that. But hey, man, anyway,
it's Coach from the crib.
It's Breece Hall, man. It's Breece Hall, man. I don't know why they kept that guy. Honestly, I would let him walk. Breece Hall ain't it, man. It's Breece Hall.
Okay, what you got, Gino?
I'm going to go overrated watch. Meaning that, look, man, AJ Brown, you got to wait.
And nigga said I was on drugs, bro. Come on.
Hold on, wait a minute.
Nah, he gave context.
Hold on, overrated watch. Like AJ Brown, you got to wait from Jalen Hurts. With Drake May, if you roll out there, unless Drake May get hurt, obviously, you roll out there and you put together just 1,000 yards, and it's basically would be most of your career of not hitting like 1,400 yards and claiming you a top 5 this and top 5 that. Hey, man, production matters. And the Lord forbid that Jalen Hurts plays good and gets to cooking and you only have 1,000 yards and Devontae Smith has 1,500 yards. That's why I say, like, for AJ Brown, it's an overrated watch because, bro, you got to show up. And if you don't show up, you can't point a finger at what would be quarterback 3 at this point. You pointed one at Tennessee, pointed one at Jalen, and then you be pointing one at Drake May. At that point, you got to have a conversation with yourself, AJ.
All right. What you got, Mike?
Honestly, I say it's quarterback for real. I was gonna say Breece Hall, but Drake May was my backup plan in case somebody said Breece. Because the only reason I say that.
Go ahead, Mike. Go ahead.
He had a great year last year, like exceptional year. It is 1 year, and niggas doing the same thing with him they doing with Caleb Williams. They glazing. Niggas gotta calm down. I gotta see it more than one time, bro. You gotta perform at a high. You ain't gotta be MVP level. You have to show me consistency more than 1 year in a row for somebody to be like, "Oh, he top 10, he top 5." Like I just gotta see it, bro. So for the praise he's getting and all the he's Drake. We told you Drake May was the best quarterback in that class and all that other weenie head junior ass shit. We gonna find out this year if that's true.
I mean,
Well,
I get that. I get that.
that's just
But
crazy though, coming from Will, man. Because Mike told me JSN was top 5 after last year. That's just crazy to me, man.
Nah, niggas muted.
Listen, I was just about to say that.
And he had
I was
more than
about
1
to say
year
that.
with 1,000 yards receiving. Try again though.
And hold on.
Ray May looked good his rookie year. He didn't put up MVP.
He was not. They were terrible. Nigga, what are you talking about?
Mike
man
also
did not
said
look
that,
terrible.
but you want to talk about consistency in more than 1 year, bro. I'm not gonna lie, bro. Purdy been up and down, pause. And you talk about Purdy being like top 5, top, you know what I mean?
Never said he was top 5. You just talking now.
Bro, during the season, you were sharing shit like he's top 3 and he's top 3. Like,
I never said he was top 5. So you just
Man, hey man, we gonna see,
that
bro.
never happened, bro.
Hey, I'm not. Hey, listen, the Drake May comment. I'm here for it. I hope the Patriots fail. So yeah.
So niggas did all that just to say, I hope he writing the niggas.
Hey, Mike, you should have said Aaron Brewer.
No, who's the other nigga? No, I should have said A-Chain to piss the nigga off since we just talked.
That's tough, boy. Just to piss the nigga off. That's crazy. Not even gonna say how you really
like
feel.
somebody committed a blasphemy in this motherfucker.
Not even gonna say
who you got, T. I'm interested in this. Who you got, Josh Allen?
I'm not gonna say Josh Allen, bro. I do think folks overrated Josh Allen a little bit, but the most overrated to me, I'm not gonna lie, man. For my money, I was gonna say Breece Hall, but you took my answer, Breece, so I got.
Man, we all got some sense today.
Shit, Garrett Wilson. Niggas told me he top 10.
Chill out.
Nah, you know what? I'm gonna go a different direction, bro. I think for me, when it comes to most overrated, I think when I look at overrated, I think it comes down to players who people have put in conversations I don't think they necessarily earned. And for me, I think right now as it stands, I think that's Geno Smith, man. I know it's not the best answer to say, but a lot of people have told me he's going to resurrect his career with the Jets again.
Man, everybody
take this
I swear to
God,
man, between him and this nigga Will, who
all right, man. Come on, man. Let's move on to the next division, man. Come on.
This man said Geno.
Listen,
the same Geno we saw in Vegas last year.
Bro,
all right, we got last word.
I've been on the podcast. I'm not gonna name drop because I don't want to do my boy like that. Cool.
No, we need you to name drop. If you don't name drop, we gonna keep you this bullshit.
If it ain't direct, we don't respect, man. Name drop, man.
Listen. It's my boy Brandon from another podcast.
He said your boyfriend.
But
this nigga, bro.
Get Brandon on the pod, man. Because if he telling me that shit he saw in Vegas last year is gonna get better.
He said he was. A lot of people have said this, but he was one of the main people telling me this. That
bro,
he was one of the main drug users.
8 years old, bro. Why
I'm just saying, bro. A lot of people was telling me Geno Smith was going to resurrect his career. He was one of the main ones telling me that, saying it was Vegas that failed him, not necessarily him failing Vegas.
Bro, Geno said they wrote him off and he didn't write back.
So that's what niggas get that. That's what niggas borrowing that organization failed the player shit from. Huh? It was Brandon that got you talking like that. All right, got you.
Niggas said they wrote me off and I didn't write back.
I'm just saying, hey man, I'm just saying, bro. Because that's all I'm saying. Nah, I ain't want to do it. I ain't want to do it.
Hell no. Niggas say something like that. He was proud enough to say it. You got to put that nigga name on that shit. Fuck that.
Nah, he my boy told me that, man.
Make sure you send him his out the mud, man.
No God.
Hey man, so listen, I wanna get into this keep 3 cut 5, man. So listen, we got to keep 3 cut 5 NBA players with a boost. So we're gonna name some players. You giving them an attribute, a skill, whatever the case may be. And y'all let me know who y'all keeping, who y'all cutting, all right? So let's jump right into it, man. So first play up, I got Giannis with Tracy McGrady shooting.
Giannis with Tracy McGrady shooting.
I'm gonna go cut.
Not gonna
T-Mac
lie.
wasn't no sniper or no shit like that.
But
Well, it's not even
T-Mac-
that. It's just he ain't got the dribble package to really
Yeah,
get
I
to
just gonna
spots
say
like
he
T-Mac.
missing the dribbling.
So
But the
even
crazy
if
thing
he could
is-
shoot, he still can't. He still can't really get away from defenders. And then on top of like what you said, T-Mac wasn't like no knockdown shooter.
But T-Mac was 6'8" with a post game. That post fade was money. Like he done broke niggas down, made them touch the earth off post fades. So if Giannis would have knocked down post fade, because T-Mac post fade was knocked down,
Brother T is gonna give us something like Shaq and Curry. So
that nigga is basically Kevin Garnett on steroids, bro.
This nigga talking about a post fade.
That nigga Gino shooter.
If you want, we can cut, man. If y'all want, we can cut.
That nigga Gino retarded, bro.
All right, so y'all cutting.
Hey,
All right. Next one I got Steph Curry with Gary Payton defense.
you done stole them niggas' topics, man. Hey, but cut this shit, man.
Yeah, you cut for sure.
Cut this shit. T ain't slick. I gotta watch
No.
T. He gonna get us copyrighted stealing nigga shit.
What'd you talk? I seen the video. I didn't see them say this though.
Bro, come on, bro. Let's go, bro. Y'all talking.
Cut.
I got cut. All right, okay. Next one I got, man. I got Nikola Jokic with Wilt Chamberlain's athleticism.
Oh, keep.
oh
That's,
yeah.
what the fuck? Like,
What you mean?
Hey, bro, have you
understand,
heard?
bro, like-
have you heard who Wilt is?
come on, bro. Exactly, nigga. Have you heard? It's always heard with this nigga. We never can verify this shit, bro. It's always a heard.
So now they got this big Serbian blob with a 80-inch vertical.
Right. Hey, come on, bro. That shit just sounds.
Hey, you
fucking-
got it.
Hey, I ain't gonna lie,
That's
man. If
everything Mr.
Jokic taking off from the free throw line, bro, no diddy.
Jokic
Hey,
is
bro.
Jokic gonna break the backboard like Shaq did. If that's the case, bro.
Come on, bro. You didn't even have to say all that, bro.
He really did, bro.
Hell nah.
We
So
gonna
what y'all,
keep
what y'all
Jokic,
doing?
bro.
Y'all keeping?
Y'all
Yeah,
keeping
man.
it, bro.
We gonna keep
Yes.
I still feel like we should have kept Giannis and T-Mac, but
Bro, shut
Nah,
up, bro.
man.
It's over.
we gonna keep, man.
Jokic.
T-Mac felt like he would have won chips in place of Kobe too.
Okay.
Fentanyl was free that day.
All right. Next play I got for y'all, man. I got Dwight Howard with Shaq's post game.
You want to get slapped? Obviously.
Cut this shit, bro.
Bro,
Can't breathe on face.
Cut this shit, bro.
That shit ain't about
I mean, he
nothing.
got a little bit better in the post. I
I
mean,
mean, that
but
shit ain't about nothing. Yeah,
Man, all this big dopey ass did was back down and dunk. That's it. Man.
now
What?
Shaq, hey, hold on now. Shaq
Bro,
would imagine
bro,
had a good
It was
post
no
game, man.
prolific sky hook, jump hook, tween, drop,
His
stop.
All this
footwork
nigga
was-
big
his
dopey
footwork
is
was
crazy.
phenomenal
Yeah,
for
that's
him.
a little
Man,
disrespectful,
time out, bro. Shaq was not down there. Hey, let me English pivot spin. No, it wasn't.
No,
if
he
you
was
would have said
definitely giving
Hakeem,
niggas right shoulder, left shoulder, but don't do that.
Nah.
if you would have said
Nah,
Hakeem
you
or
taking
Tim
it
Duncan,
too
then
far,
cool,
bro.
bro.
You
But
taking it too
niggas
far.
acting like Shaq just had his all time,
You
his big
downplaying.
blocky
Shaq-
head just
Shaq
had
had a
boom,
damn
and
good
then
post
just
game.
come on, man, cut it out, man.
You downplaying it, bro.
Man,
He
Shaq
had a
big
good
goofy
post
ass. All he
game.
did 2 feet
Nah,
within the rim and just lay the ball up, bro. That's it, bro. Nigga acting like Shaq had a bag down there.
You being a little disrespectful in this.
Nah,
Nah.
he had a bag. It wasn't the greatest, but it
It
was
wasn't the
bag.
best. It wasn't the greatest. It wasn't nothing. Nigga had a Dollar Tree bag, man. Cut
all
this
right,
shit
man.
out.
Who even cares? Let's go. Move on.
Niggas
Let's
shop
go.
at Dollar Tree,
I
man.
don't agree with
Cut
that.
this
But hey,
bullshit,
let's
man.
moving on, man.
Shout out to Dollar Tree
I got-
sponsors.
Right, you talking crazy about Dollar Tree, niggas.
It's crazy,
Niggas
but
love Dollar
moving
Tree.
on, man. I got LeBron with Kyrie handles.
Oh,
It's not
Keith.
necessary. I mean,
I mean, I ain't gonna lie. I done seen Braun do a bunch of bullshit, dribbling the ball off his foot. Keep. Nigga be having games with like 8 turnovers, dribbling the ball off his foot. Keep this, man.
Okay. So y'all keeping this. Next one I got, bro. I got Luca with Tony Allen's defense.
hold on. Before we go, these are the last two, right?
Yeah, you got one more after this. No, you got 2 more. I'm sorry.
We got Luca with Tony Allen's defense. But
that's tough, my guy.
this nigga gonna fuck around and
Damn near 40 a game, man. You locking down all
he gonna give us. He gonna give us like
that nigga might
Bill-
win MVP and
Bill
DPOY.
Russell.
Two-way demigod.
Bill
Nah,
Russell
that
with
ass.
his offense or something crazy.
That
Like,
nigga, I don't know, man.
I'm fine with keeping it. I'm not gonna lie.
You want to make a Magic Johnson, Larry Bird, Kawhi Leonard hybrid.
That's too many people.
That's exactly what it is, bro. Magic passing, Larry Bird scoring, and Kawhi defense. That's pretty much what it is.
Man, we can cut. We got two more, I guess.
Mike, you.
We can cut.
I said I guess, nigga. I'm one vote. The fuck if y'all outvote me?
Yeah, you dumbass nigga. You are one
Shut your
vote.
slobbing ass up, you fucking goofy.
Hey, Gino, what you think, man?
Oh yeah, we keep him.
Yeah, we keep him, man.
All right, so listen, fellas, in this keep 3, cut 5, y'all did cut the Giannis combination with Tracy McGrady shooting. Y'all cut the Dwight Howard with Shaq post game. Y'all kept, excuse me, Luka with Tony Allen's defense. Y'all kept Jokic with Wilt athleticism. Y'all cut Steph with Gary Payton defense. And y'all kept LeBron with Kyrie's handles. And the last two you got to cut. It was Ben Simmons with Klay Thompson shooting. And it was James Harden with Jordan's clutch gene.
My boy Breezo did that last time, guys. Don't be hating on him, man.
You know what I be trying to tell you? See, niggas be trying to bite the swag, but you know what? Man?
What?
That was a very good segment, brother. I appreciate it.
It was though, but we probably could have cut the LeBron one for the James Harden, but I'm not mad at it.
You done made Mike leave, man. Look, Mike going to eat.
This nigga Mike said he's hungry, bro.
That's hey man.
Hey, but whoever said that about Geno Smith, bro, make sure you get him on the pod. Right.
I'm not gonna lie, bro. You need to bludgeon them live on camera, bro.
Bro, it's a podcast like group. I mean, on Instagram, we be talking from time to time.
Invite him on the show, man, because ain't no way a nigga said that. What this man? I don't forgot this man's name. Geno Smith. Is gonna go to the Jets and then become Joe Namath, bro. Ain't no way. Ain't no way in hell, man.
Hey man, he a Seahawks fan though, so that might be a little biased.
I bet JSN the best in the league to him, huh?
Hey man, he an Oregon fan too. He told me for the last couple of years Justin Herbert was top 4. So I mean, it's a lot. But hey man, appreciate y'all tuning in to the show once again, man. Those who did tune in, always much love and appreciation. Be sure to hit like, subscribe on the channel, hit that bell notification, be notified whenever we go live, as well as the fact you can follow me on my other social media platforms, man. I'm on Facebook, currently live as well, TikTok, Instagram, Twitter. LastWord Productions is the handle across the board, man. So fellas, before we head out, is anyone else
2026 Super Bowl champions?
I just want to thank God that the Indianapolis Colts exist, and we're going to the Super Bowl, man.
Y'all both just all right, y'all.
All right.